Hello travel friends! After an unforgettable trip through Japan, it's finally time to head home. In this video, we check out of the W Osaka and make our way to Kansai International Airport, where we stop by the Kongou Lounge before boarding our Japan Airlines flight in regular economy. With a long layover at LAX, including a recharge in the Centurion Lounge, we finally make it back home to Arizona. It was a full 24 hours of travel, and we're bringing you along for every step of the journey.
I think this is gonna do it from Osaka. Now begins the daunting task of putting everything back together so that we can catch the train to the airport. It's a sad day. This is what we're dealing with. So we gotta take all that, pack it into our carry-ons, suitcases, and yeah, make the journey back home. We have a 10-hour flight, and it's an overnight flight. By the time we land, so it leaves at 6 p.m. and when we get to the US, it'll be 10 a.m., which means we would have gained a lot of time back. So it's gonna be a really long day. So I think we're ready to go. We got our bags in place. This was a mess a few minutes ago. We're ready. Are you ready to fly back? Are you ready to go back?
No.
No,
I think everybody's a little sad to leave Japan, but you know, it's always nice to get back home. We have our dogs and family we're looking forward to seeing, but I definitely think this won't be our last trip to Japan.
Yes, especially not this hotel. I would love to stay multiple nights here. I think I want to come back to the W Osaka. Probably one of the nicest hotels that we've stayed, so it's a good way to finish off the trip. But yeah, just making me want to do more. So, all right, let's do this. We made it through security. We made it through immigration. We're finding our gate 29, but first we're supposed to be a priority pass lounge. So let's get there. So you're looking for the Kongou Lounge. It is right next to the access point for gate 38, or right next to the actual gate 29. You can see a lot of clubs or carts are accepted, including priority pass. Now for this next section of the journey, we're flying regular economy, so we're going to contrast the difference. This time we're flying out of Kansai Airport, KIX Airport code. And one of the key differences when you're flying just regular economy versus premium is sadly no lounge access. But we do have priority pass, so it gets us access to this lounge behind us, the Kongou Lounge, which just has snacks and drinks, but it's not a bad place to relax. Otherwise, now we're gonna head to the gate and then we'll start spotting differences and see if how much we're missing out by not flying premium economy. We're seeing that at an airport, but here in Japan they give you boiling water. I would assume that's for if you're bringing noodles, so you can make your own noodles. That's kind of cool. I think that's a good sign. We were delayed 20 minutes and it looks like it's closing, so hopefully the inspectors are good and we have a good rest of the flight. It's one key difference when flying premium economy. You get priority boarding, so you get group 3. Regular economy, just 4 or 5. So for this plane is a 787-9 Boeing, and it looks like on the premium economy side it's a slightly different configuration. This one's a 232. On the way to Japan it was actually a 242. So this is even roomier than others. So if you can get even the first row in economy, as you can see, it's quite spacious. I can almost stretch my legs. I'm about 5'7", so it's really good. Even on regular economy, the pitch is pretty good. Not as good as premium, but it's still relatively comfortable. So far no show on my teammate, so I hope it keeps up, because then I get the whole row to myself. So far one different thing that I've noticed is that there's no amenity kits. On the way to Tokyo we got slippers and like a little kit with like some dental stuff, an eye mask. So far, nothing. I was under the impression that on regular economy, everybody got a kit. So maybe it's coming later. So far, one difference compared to premium economy is that on regular, there's no feet recliner. So if you wanted to stretch your legs, you could do that. Here, it's blocked out by this box, which appears to be the emergency box. So yeah, you can really, stretch your feet like this. So it's one thing to note if that's how you like to nap. This is the amenity kit for the flight back home, regular economy for kids. A little A350 Airbus toy. Though we're not flying an A350, but that's cool. So far the entertainment interface appears to be different. This one's called Magic 6. I believe the other one was like Sky 8, something like that. And the movie selection appears the same, but like the maps are different. I remember in the flight to Japan on the other airline, it was a different, there was more map options. So I don't know if that's all across the entire aircraft or just the economy entertainment. There is a significant quality in the headphones. So in premium economy, you get these nice, thick, more padded noise canceling headphones. Here you just get the simple, cheap ones. So the drink selection is similar to what we were offered in premium economy. The only difference I'm seeing is there's no soju and there's no like champagne or sparkling wine. But otherwise, the selection is identical. I remember on the premium economy flight, there was also like a special mocktail, and I didn't see that one available in this menu. And you also get some rice crackers to get started, similar to premium economy. Meanwhile, Jen got some white wine, double O. So same wine available in premium economy. So while the food served in premium economy and economy is the same, it does appear that on this route they're serving different food. Like I'm seeing a different salad here with broccoli, some more veggies here. I see some shrimp in there. I'm not sure what this is. This is like another salad. Got some water. And then for the entree, looks like we got some rice, some more veggies, and this appears to be a fish. So basically your options were a Japanese course or a Western course. Looks like the Western corn was just pasta.
Alright, so Killian and I got the pasta and chicken dish. So it looks really good. It looks like almost like a pesto cream with some spinach, some carrots, some noodles. And then it comes with the side salad. I'm not sure what that is. Some pasta salad and some shrimp and vegetables. And then they also offered some miso soup and another drink. So it looks delicious.
The cutlery is similar as premium economy. You get brio, knife, fork, and a spoon. And then of course you also get chopsticks. And of course no Japanese meal is complete without some proper Japanese beer and some sake. So yes, that's right. We're making a sake bomb 10,000 feet in the air. And of course we're finishing off with some dessert from Häagen-Dazs. This is a caramel flavor. I believe on the way to Japan it was a different flavor, a little bit bigger, but this is still very tasty. happy to be back in the US?
Little sad to be done with vacation, but it's always nice to be back home. I'm also exhausted.
Overall thoughts on regular economy versus premium economy?
The biggest thing I noticed were the seats themselves. I was much more comfortable in premium economy with the leg support and the footrest. I just couldn't get comfortable this time. And Killian was also sleeping like sideways across me, so I really had no wiggle room. There was no like body support other than the back. The food and everything else was the same, and we also didn't get slippers and didn't get an amenity kit. So in my opinion, if you can, I would splurge for the premium economy.
But how much more is it worth it?
I think for especially like an overnight flight where you want to sleep, I think it's worth it.
Would you pay double the price?
Maybe not double, maybe 50% more.
Okay, I think that's about the going rate. So.
Maybe not.
All right, our bags didn't get lost. All right, so here's the scenario.
Angelique Hardwell, please return to the TSA checkpoint.
All right, so here's the situation. So I booked our Japan flight arrived at about noon local time. I booked a connecting flight at 7 p.m. because the next option was 3 p.m. and I thought 3 p.m. was too tight. In case there were issues connecting, maybe flight delays, I didn't want to risk missing it.
Should have done the 3 p.m.
So now we're stuck in the airport for 7 hours. Brings up two issues. We have a lot of extra bags. We're way too early. Alright, so at this point in the video, the battery of the GoPro actually died. So what I really wanted to say is that the last thing that we wanted to do at that point in time, so tired, so jet lag, is to carry a bunch of suitcases for 7 hours at the airport. And if you've tried to check in before, you know that you can only check it in as early as 3 or 4 hours, depending on the airline, right? So what we actually did, it was a Southwest flight, and we just went to the curve check-in, and we just tipped a few bucks per piece of luggage, and they actually took it. So basically, they just hold on to it, and then when it gets to the time where they can turn it in, they did. So they took care of it, and then at that point, we headed to the lounge, which if you've been to a lounge before, you know that most of the time it's only 3 hours before the flight, but because we're connecting, it technically doesn't matter, right? So we were able to get in early. We take a detour. About a 20-minute walk to go from Terminal 1 to Centurion Lounge. Having a fight about who got the window seat. Jen won the fight. The last battle. Well, the shark made it home. 5,000-mile journey. An hour flight across the Pacific and a 1-hour flight across the Southwest. Well, Japan's supposed to be all about the future, but we have it here in Phoenix too.
Thanks so much for joining us on our 24-hour journey back home. We had an incredible time exploring Japan, and we hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. If you missed any part of our trip, be sure to check out the full Japan playlist here. And stay tuned for even more Japan content, including more detailed hotel reviews and a detailed comparison of Japan Airlines premium economy versus regular economy. See you soon!